Now in problem type 6, we are going to see those questions which are based on selection of objects and test papers. The common thing or the theme behind all of these questions is the way NCR is being used. Let us see what kind of questions has been based on these ideas. Now this next question asked in 2019 is a combination of PNC and binomial theorem. Let us see how it works out. So what we have been given is 31 objects. And out of these 31 objects, 10 are identical, in remaining 21 are distinct. We want to choose 10 objects. So we can make cases. The first case can be, I can take 0 identical and 10 distinct objects, then 1 identical and 9 distinct objects. Like this, I can go till 10 identical and 0 distinct objects. So for the first one, for selecting 0 identical objects, there is one way. And for selecting 10 distinct, the total number of ways are nothing but 21 C10. For the next part, again 1 identical can be selected in only one way, while 9 distinct can be selected in 21 C9 ways. We can keep on writing this, and the last part also comes out to be 1 into 21 C0. Now the answer is going to be sum of all these cases. But when you start adding them up, what we can observe is what we are getting actually is 21 C0 plus 21 C1 up to 21 C10. We need to find this value. Now in the second part, so this is my first part. In the second part, let us apply the binomial result. So what we have got is 21 C0, 21 C1, then 21 C10, 21 C11, up to 21 C21. This is equal to 2 raised to the power 21. Now what we know is this first term will be equal to last term, and eventually all of these terms will be equal to these terms. So if I write the first part as x, the second also becomes x. So what we have got is 2x is equal to 2 raised to the power 21. So the value of x comes out to be 2 raised to the power 20. And that is nothing but answer to this question. So what have been done is basically the first part is P and C, and in order to simplify the calculation, we have to use binomial theorem. Now this 2020 question talks about at most constant. Now in such question, when they talk about at most, at least, what you need to do is you need to do make cases. At least or at most in very simple language would mean you need to make cases. Now in this question, they clearly say that the number of ways in which 4 marbles can be drawn, so that at most 3 of them are red. So we can start with 0 red. This is first. Then we can have 1 red. Second. Then we can have 2 red. Third. Then we can have 3 red. So in this way, if I do it, so now in this first case, if 0 are red, that would mean out of the remaining 7, I can choose any 4. So answer becomes 7C4. For the second case, we have 1 red. So out of 5, I can choose 1 red, and remaining 7, I can choose the remaining 3. And then out of 5, I can choose 2. And from remaining, I can choose 2. And from 5, I can choose 3. And from remaining, I can choose 1. So if I add them up, the answer comes out to be 490. A very simple question based on at most and at least constant. Now this 2023 question again talks about at least and at most constant. That means we need to make cases. So what the question says is, Anil's mother want to give him 5 whole fruits. Now what are the options that we have? We have 7 red apples, we have 5 white apples, and we have 8 oranges. Now what she wants to do is she wants to give at least 2 oranges. So at least 2 oranges, 1 white apple and 1 red apple. This is what she minimum wants her child to have. So now in this case, when such kind of questions are given, always make cases. Otherwise it will be either undercounting or overcounting. So what are the cases that are possible? So first case would be to have 2 red apples, 1 white apple and 2 orange. Case 2 can be to have 1 red but 2 white apple and 2 orange. And then there can be a case 3 that talks about 1 red apple, 1 white apple and 3 oranges. Let us try and figure out what is the answer in all of these 3 cases. So first becomes 7C2 into 5C1 into 8C2. The second becomes nothing but 7C1 into 5C2 into 8C2. And third becomes nothing but 7C1 into 5C1 into 8C3. Now, since all of them are in themselves complete ways to solve this problem, so we'll add them up. So if I add 1, 2 and third case's answer, what I get ultimately is nothing but 6860, which is nothing but answer to this question. Again, a very simple question based on making cases. So what the question says is, if A set has 5 elements, B set has 2 elements, then the number of subset of A cross B having at least 3 and at most 6 elements. So whenever you see at least, at most, think about making cases. So now here, the total number of elements in A cross B would be nothing but number of elements in A into number of elements in B, and this comes out to be 5 into 2 is equal to 10. So you said A cross B has 10 elements. What we want is out of those at least 3 and at most 6 elements. So now what will be the cases? So out of 10 I can select 3, out of 10 I can select 4, out of 10 I can select 5, and out of 10 I can select 6. So the beautiful part of this question is not writing this NCR, but how to calculate it. So now you can apply the formula here, that NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to N plus 1 CR. This will help you simplify calculation. So this becomes 11C4. Simply add 1 here and 1 here. This is how I remember it. Simply here in the smaller one, 1 in the above and 1 in the bottom. So if you do this, this is what we are getting. If you write this part as nothing but 11C7, NCR is equal to NCN minus R. Again, I will be able to apply the formula. And here becomes, and this becomes 11C7. Add 1 to the top and bottom in the smaller one. And now if you simplify, this is 12 factorial by 5 factorial into 7 factorial, which simplifies to 792. Again, a similar question is asked in 2023. Question talks about a boy selecting 5 courses out of 12 courses, out of which 5 are language and remaining 7 are non-language. Constraint is at most 2 language course needs to be selected. So now let us try and understand the cases. The first case is he can take 2 language courses and 3 non-language courses. Second is 1 language and 4 non-language. And the third one is nothing but 0 language and 5 non-language. Now this first part can be done in 5C2 into 7C3. Next can be done in 5C1 into 7C4. And the last one can be done is 5C0 into 7C5. If you calculate it, this comes out to be nothing but 546. Very easy question. Now this 2020 question is an extremely simple question. They have given us a test scenario in which there are 6 multiple choice questions with 4 alternatives and only 1 option is correct. Now the candidate has to answer 6 questions in such a manner that exactly 4 are correct. So what you can do in this is, out of 6, let us select first 4 questions which will be correct. Now see, remaining 2 questions can be incorrect. Now every incorrect questions, since there are 4 alternatives, can happen in 3 ways. So first can also happen in 3 ways, the next one can also happen in 3 ways. So the total answer comes out to be nothing but 6 factorial by 4 factorial into 2 factorial into 9. And if you simplify this, this comes out to be 135. Extremely simple question. Again, in 2020, similar kind of question, just little more cases. So if you look into this question talks about 3 sections, each section containing 5 questions. A candidate has to totally solve 5 questions, choosing at least 1 from each section. So let us make cases. So this is section 1, section 2, section 3. So I have to do at least 1 from each of the sections. So let us write 1, 1, 1. I am telling you here how to make those cases. Now think of the maximum number you can put in any of these columns. So what I can do is I can take 3 from here. So 3, 1, 1 is one of the scenarios. So 1, 3, 1 will also be a scenario and 1, 1, 3 will also be a scenario. or you can take 2, 2, 1, and then 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 2. Now let us try and figure out answer corresponding to this. So the answer corresponding to the first one would be 5C3 into 5C1 into 5C1. You can see that the second one is not becoming different, the third also. So all of these three could be combined, written as 3 into 5C3 into 5C1 into 5C1. Similarly, if I do the same thing for the remaining three, answer is going to be 5C2 into 5C2 and 5C1, and I'm going to get the same answer for the remaining two also, so into 3. So my answer becomes nothing but 3 times 5C3 into 5C1 into 5C1 plus 5C2 into 5C2 into 5C1. If you simplify that, that comes out to be 2250, and that is nothing but option A. If you like this video, you will also like PrackBee's unique approach to teaching students or guiding students for the last mile journey. So if you are a student who has been preparing for 2 years and going to write this exam in 2024, this is one of the best ways and platforms that you can prepare with. Unlike other crash courses who focus on teaching 100% syllabus in just 2 to 3 months, which a student took 2 years to prepare, we have a different way to approach the problem. This process works on 3 very specific steps. In step 1, we start from you. What exact preparation have you done in the last 2 years, last 1 year, last few months? And what is the minimum amount of effort, areas, concepts and problems that required to be prepared to get a very good college from JEE Mains? In step 2, based on this customized plan that was prepared based on your strengths and weaknesses and the minimum path of least resistance that you can take to get into a very good college, we align you a one-on-one faculty, a faculty who is going to teach you as a student, keeping your needs into mind, where you are getting stuck in a topic, what kind of problems you cannot solve, and how to solve those problems in a very efficient and smart manner and convert that topic into tangible marks in JEE Mains. In step 3, we attach you to a test series, a testing platform where you can test yourself for each and every topic that you're preparing. You can write full syllabus tests and get an understanding that how this program is working for you, wherein the faculties can again sit with you and customize the plan based on your needs so that your score is getting maximized in JEE Mains exam. Using this program, Ashish was able to maximize his score in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced and was able to get into IIT Madras Mechanical in just a matter of 3 months. If you are one of those students who think that he has got the potential, who can make it, and he wants to have a smart and efficient approach at this point of time, which can maximize his or her result in JEE Mains exam, you can apply for this program in the link given in the description, and somebody from my team will get in touch with you and help you out. See you until next one.